Hey guys, how's it going? I am just about to start an iron butt ride around Lake Superior. Now it is coming up on 3:30 in the morning. Yes, I need my receipt. And my time has started. Now, I gotta take my phone off real quick. Bring up my camera. Reset my odometer to 0 because I'm going to use a trip odometer. And boom, Bob's your uncle. Alright, I am not going to worry about writing anything down on the papers today. Goes in my pocket, button it up. Phone goes back. And there we go. Now, I am, like I said, starting at 3:30 in the morning. I didn't even look at the actual registered time on the receipt. First time I've gotten on the bike with the chaps on. But don't you hate it when you do that? You get your gloves on, then you gotta touch your screen to do stuff, and you gotta take your glove off. Temperatures right now are in the low 50s. And it is late October. We're only like maybe a week or so out from Halloween. So this time of year in the northern climates, you don't get a whole lot of sunlight. So I don't know how much of this you're actually going to see. Like, for me to go from Ironwood, Michigan, which is where I'm starting, this is the town of Ironwood, and for me to travel to Duluth, it's pretty much going to be all in darkness. Most of my trip on the Canadian side of the lake should be during the day. I plan on making a few stops along the way. Just a few, not many, okay? There's a memorial that I want to stop and look at. And then there's also a, well, I don't want to call it a memorial, but it's a statue put up to symbolize where the East and West Canadian highway builders met. Basically, when they built the Trans-Canadian Highway, a team started in the east, a team started in the west, and they merged in an area that we're going to go through. I am very nervous about driving up here this time of day because of the deer population. I have seen several deer while I've been up here. I mean, literally within a mile of my hotel, while I was getting here, I saw 4 deer in the last little hour of my trip to the hotel. So yeah, I'm a bit nervous about that, you know, being the time of day it is. This is when they move. This is when they get up and try to avoid the predators and stuff. So like right now, I don't know if you can see much of anything. There's no lights really anywhere. You know, maybe a building here and there, but there's like really no street lights or nothing like that. This is about 110 miles to get to my destination. in Duluth, and it's going to be a gas station. I had a quick breakfast. I had a couple of breakfast sandwiches at the Quick Trip where I started. I do have more gear if I need to put on another jacket. I got my my hoodie I can use as a insulational layer. I got my heavy winter riding gloves on, so my hands are excessively warm right now. I got my dickie if I need that to cover up my neck, but I also have my warm weather riding gear. So I got my mesh jacket in case the leathers are starting to get too warm, and I have my lighter weight gloves. I have my chaps on right now too, just because it might get a little colder, but I can always take them off. I figured it would be easier to put them on and take them off when I don't need them than to actually put them back on. You know, it's always easier to take chaps off than put them on. So I guess that's my update for you guys right now. I will see you in a bit. I don't know what kind of recordings I'm going to do while it's dark, and at best I might get about 10 hours of daylight, so we'll have to wait and see. Going through a pretty good sized town here. I really don't know the name of the towns. On my map, you know, it doesn't pull away and say you're coming into this town or anything. It must be some sort of coal, maybe? I don't know. Electrical system. So it might be a coal generated electrical plant. I've actually had to slow down for a good portion of the town to do 25 miles an hour. But the big vast blackness out there, that's actually Lake Superior. That's how close we are. Unfortunately, you really can't see it. You might be able to get a little glimmer of reflection out there, maybe, but this is Lake Superior. So far I have seen wildlife. I saw one coyote. Never seen a coyote in real life before. You know, not alive anyway. Usually if I see them, they're dead on the side of the road, you know. But this one was alive, standing on the other side of the road, but I still saw it. And then maybe like 5 miles from here, I saw a deer standing by a creek. It just went by like a bank or something, some business that has one of those digital thermometers, you know, on their sign, and it actually read 60 degrees. And I believe it. I actually feel warm. Well, it looks like I'm getting out of the town. I'll be coming into the vast blackness of Highway 2 in a little bit. And yeah, it's been quite amazing going through places where you see no lights at all. You know, you see the lines on the road and maybe the reflections of some road signs, and that's it. Alright guys, so this has been my first fill up, and I'm in Duluth, Minnesota. And I'm heading out onto Interstate 35, and we'll take that. We'll take that north. I did put my blue hoodie on for a little added insulation. I was just getting a little chilled, so yeah, I just needed that little bit of extra coverage. But everything's going good. First 2 hours are down. So yeah, our first stop was 113 miles according to my my trip odometer. And now my next stop will be just before the border crossing. And yes, I do have my passport with me. I saw 3 more deer. I had a pickup truck, a very loud pickup truck, come up behind me, and it actually kind of spooked the deer to such an extent that the deer actually picked its head up and was looking around to see what the noise was. But then I saw 2 more deer actually really close together. And so far everything I've seen have been does. I haven't seen any buck. So that's it for now. Just a gas and go at that gas station. Got my receipt, got my picture. And yeah, just keep on going in this darkness. Well guys, things are progressing. I've been on the road now for let's see, it's been about 20-30 minutes or so since my last gas fill up. I've been on Minnesota State Highway 61. It's actually been quite a nice little road. Some nice twisties to it, some elevational changes, and every so often, now that the we're in twilight is what it's called. The sun hasn't actually broken the horizon line yet, but every so often I can get a glimpse just like that. Just beautiful reds and oranges. So that's where I'm at, and that's what's going on right now. I'm doing pretty good as far as temperature goes. Every so often I get a little chill, but I think I might end up having to look maybe into getting better winter gloves, you know, cold weather riding gloves. I did bring my my handlebar muffs that I've used on Angel, and I didn't think I was going to need them, but my fingertips get cold every once in a while, so I actually just sit on my fingers for a bit. Let the heat from my butt warm them up. Dude, look at that. That's a beautiful view right there. Alright, well, I'm going to keep going. I still have what do I have? I've got, I can't tell. I think I've got close to about 2 hours of riding before my next gas stop. So I will see you guys there. Okay, so second stop, second fill up, whatever you want to call. I'm just a few miles from the Canadian border, and just filled up at this little was this Ryden's gas, and I'm at 262.6 miles right now. And while I was here, you know, I do the eat a little something, drink a little something, you know, do all that stuff. But my next spot is the Terry Fox Memorial. So I want to get going and I want to see that. This is the whole reason I wanted to come this direction, is because now the sun's up and I can you know, I'll be able to actually see the monument. So I want to get on the road, get going. I know you guys haven't been seeing much of the ride, but it's hard to do when I'm doing an iron, but you know, it's hard to turn on the camera and then get this going, and of course that was dark for so long, so you guys are just now really starting to see or get daylight to see anything. Yeah, so this should be okay, so border crossing is up there, I guess. Hi there, how are you? First time going to Canada in 30 years. You need that?
What brings you to Canada?
I'm touring around Lake Superior. So I'm going to head over to Sault Ste. Marie and re-enter the U.S. over there.
And how long do you plan on being in Canada?
Less than 24 hours.
Okay.
I'm doing what they call an iron butt. And it's going all the way around Lake Superior within 24 hours.
Any firearms, weapons coming in?
Nope.
Alcohol or tobacco?
Nope. Don't drink, don't smoke, don't shoot guns, don't have.
And then anything you're leaving in Canada? Like give away or sell to anybody?
Nope.
There you
go. You guys do kilometers an hour, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. It should change on this, but I just wanted to make sure. This is the most northern I've been so far, so Nipigon will be the most northern place I've ever visited.
Take care.
Have a good one. There we go. Welcome to Ontario, guys. Yep, my Google Maps flipped over to kilometers an hour. But my speedometer also has kilometers on it. It's just that the numbers are really quite small. And it's saying 90 kilometers an hour, which is what, 57 or something like that. Now that I have sunlight and you guys can see me, I want to talk a little bit. I went out for dinner at the Iron Nugget, which is just a couple miles from my hotel. And there was a guy there and saw my helmet sitting on the bar and asked what I was riding and all this other stuff. And well, then I told him what I planned to do was doing an iron butt around Lake Superior, doing it, you know, it's a total of over 1,000 miles and doing it in less than 24 hours. And he goes, oh, you can't do that. It's like, what do you mean you can't do that? Oh, you're not going to be able to do it in 24 hours. There's no way. It's like, yes, you can. So yeah, I thought it was just kind of funny that he actually was saying that I can't do it, that I wouldn't be able to, that it can't be done. Man, look at those rock formations up there. Minnesota State Highway 61, beautiful road. And being that I was riding it at night, it was kind of scary. You know, I was watching for animals, but the road also has some pretty nice curves to it. You know, high-speed curves, but you're really leaning the bike over. It's not just some lollygag little curve in the road. You know, you actually feel a little aggressive when you're going through these curves at speed. You know, yeah. It was a lot of fun. It really was. The border crossing guard was really nice. You know, asked if I don't know if you guys actually heard him or not, but he was asking if I was bringing stuff to leave in Canada, you know, guns and firearms, alcohol and tobacco products. It's like, no, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't shoot guns. Beautiful day for a ride, yeah. And I will use the whole day. The other, going back to that State Highway 61, the only issue that I had was you're going through a lot of small towns, so the speed is constantly changing, but Google is not really good on changing the speeds when they need to be changed. You know, so I'd be going through a town that I saw a speed limit sign for that said 40 miles an hour, and I look at my Google map and it's telling me that the speed is 60. It's like, no, that's not right. You know, it's a 40 mile an hour through this area. So those little things are kind of what, well, I think you're fogging over on me a little bit. Those little things there are kind of what help throw your time off. Look at this. It's just from the haze and fog this morning. I've been getting that a lot as I've been riding. You know, I'll sit there riding along and all of a sudden my windshield fogs over, my face shield, even though I got the pin lock, the outside fogs over. Just a pain in the butt. You know, sitting there wiping it down so I can see and everything. Alright, well, I think I'm going to let you guys go for right now. I'll talk to you guys a little bit about other stuff. I kind of want to use this time to go over pros and cons of doing iron butts. So we'll talk about that later in the day. I have thoroughly been enjoying this experience in Canada. I didn't think that it would be so different compared to Wisconsin or Minnesota or anything like that. I mean, there's like big huge butte cliffs over there on the horizon. You know, we have stuff kind of like that, but not that big that I know of. You know, basically the topological landscape is a lot different than I thought it was going to be. And I'm not complaining whatsoever. I mean, it's great. It really is. I think it's also kind of interesting that every mile that I travel, every foot that I travel now, this is the most northern I've been. You know, coming right here, this is the most northern place I've ever been. Okay, now this is now the most northern place I've ever been. And now this is the most northern place I've ever been. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit on pros and cons of doing an iron butt. First pro to doing an iron butt is that you might get to see stuff that you typically don't. You know, here I am in Canada. Look at that. I would never have seen that if it wasn't for this iron butt. You know, I had no other real desire to go around Lake Superior, let alone, you know, being here, but yet here I am. A con for doing an iron butt. It can get boring. It really can. I don't have music going or anything like that. I'm just admiring the views. But if you don't have a brain that can keep yourself occupied, then yeah, then an iron butt could get very boring. Oh, there's the Terry Fox up there. And to get to the statue, I have to make a turn just up here. So, by the way, the section of 17, Canadian Highway 17, that I've been on is actually the Terry Fox Courage Memorial Highway, or Courage Highway, or something like that. Now, this is just one of the couple stops that I'm going to do. I'm not going to do a whole lot of stops, but since I'm here, I want to see this. Now, Terry Fox is an individual who, I don't know if he was born with a missing limb or if he lost it somehow, but he only had one leg, so he had a prosthetic leg, but he was going to run from the eastern part of Canada to the western part of Canada, and I don't know where exactly he started, but you know, this is basically where he ended. But he did this to raise money for cancer, for fighting cancer and stuff. And I thought it was funny that someone made mention that this memorial place, you know, the statue and this building, probably costs more than he actually raised for his cancer research awareness stuff. All right, let's go walk around. I want to go check out the statue first. So you can read that placard there if you want. Okay, so he was in remission from cancer himself. Okay. And that's Lake Superior out there. And then, of course, that's the statue of Terry Fox. So one of the things I want to tell you too is that there's a movie that I really like, and it's called 1 Week, and it's about a guy who gets diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. It's an aggressive cancer that he's got. You know, hopefully he can live 6 months, but he realized he's really done nothing with his life. You know, he has a job and a fiance, but you know, he's never done anything. He's never really traveled or anything like that. So he goes and buys a Norton motorcycle and jumps on the Canadian highway and has a life experience. But they actually stopped here at the memorial as part of that movie. So that's how I know a bit about it, is just from that movie. So if you guys are interested, watch that movie. 1 Week. It's really nice. It's really good. I want to go in here and see what they got. Okay, so that was a quick little visit. I went in, I signed the guest book and everything like that. I told the lady where I was from, and she gave me, I was telling her what I was doing around the lake, and she gave me this little patch. So I will put that on my textile jacket. It's kind of nice. Now, like I said, this is not where he actually stopped, and I confirmed that with her. He actually stopped 12 kilometers east of here. But she says that there's a big blue billboard on the side of the highway stating that, you know, that's where he ended. So, well, I think I'm pretty much out of any cell phone abilities right now. But it doesn't matter. I just need to stay on 17 is all I have to do. Alright, well, let's see. What's another thing that we can talk about? Well, let's continue the list of the pros and cons of doing an iron butt. The next pro is that you get to see and experience things that you may never have seen before. You know, like before I was showing you those hills. Well, now here's that Terry Fox Memorial. Oh, there it is right there. Huh. Cool. At least I saw it. I kind of would like to turn around and go back around and turn around again and get a picture of it, but I just won't. I don't have that kind of time to waste. But, yeah, so something like that I wouldn't have experienced. You know, getting to talk to that lady and you know, getting to know her just a little bit and everything, and even like the people at the gas stations and stuff, you just don't ever get to really meet anybody new. I'm gonna put my gloves on. Yes, I'm driving with no hands. You know, if you stay around your area, you'll get to know your gas station attendants and your grocery store people and stuff like that. But you'll never meet anybody really new, you know what I mean? The con? It's dangerous. If you think about it, all these cars, all these vehicles around you is a potential accident. Those deer that I saw, that fox that I saw, or not fox, I keep calling it a fox, it was a coyote that I saw. Those were all potential accidents waiting to happen. And so you have to really think, you know, is it worth it? You know, driving late at night, you're tired and exhausted. You know, that's all an accident just waiting to happen, and you gotta monitor yourself as to how you proceed. You know, I didn't sleep good last night. I was so excited for this ride. I took 2 melatonin and I still didn't really sleep last night. And then I got up and I got myself ready. I felt pretty good, but I tell you, just before that sun came up, I was feeling really tired and just, yeah, I was almost feeling like I was putting myself in danger. I was yawning every like 5 minutes. But now that the sun's up, I'm kind of getting a little bit of a rejuvenation from the sun, so I'm feeling pretty good now. But now I'm starting to worry about what it's going to be like when it gets to be, you know, 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. So yeah, that's the big thing to me. So there's another plus and another con, or another pro and another con of doing an iron butt. It kind of looked like there was something coming up on the map that looked like it may be interesting. It looked like there might be a nice big bridge or something coming up, and I just can't get over that that red rock over there. God, that got all those green pines and those birch trees and stuff, and there's that big rock, you know. That's cool. And it was big and red too, not the like this gray stuff up here, which, don't get me wrong, that's still pretty cool. So, do you want to hear another pro and con about doing an iron butt? The pro is you got something to brag about. You can go to your friends, your family, and say, hey, look what I did. This is great. I like that. You know, you can just share that experience with people. Problem is that it's your ego. So it's also a negative. So as you're sitting there, you know, you might end up bringing it up to your friends, your fellow riders. You might tell them all the time, which isn't a good thing. You know, you don't do that. You're like, yep, I did it, and that should be the end of it. You know, maybe tell a couple of stories if they're asking, but you don't have to sit there and shove it in their face, make them feel inferior because you did something like this. And you know, because I'm sure they got stuff that they can make you feel inferior about, constantly going between 45 and 55 miles an hour, well, almost 60, because they have 70 kilometers an hour and 90 kilometers an hour, and that's pretty much the two speeds that I've been having to deal with. And I had to drive through a fairly lengthy road construction area. That kind of sucked, really. Hey, a Tim Hortons. That's the first one I've seen. You know, I've never eaten at a Tim Hortons. I know they have coffee. Is Tim Hortons kind of like Starbucks for the US people? I don't know. All I've ever remember seeing is like a Tim Horton coffee cup. So yeah, I keep on seeing this possible closure for the bridge, and I don't know if it's the bridge. Man alive, look at You guys can't see it through the trees, I'm sure. Oh, it is the bridge. Now, that blue sign right there, if you turn up here, they have like a tower you can climb up. And you can kind of have an overlook view of everything going on. And in fact, you could probably see. All right, let's see what's going on. There's an old rail system right down there too. But yeah, over my shoulder you can probably see the tower sticking up at the tree level there. Alright, so I have no idea what's going on. Oh, yep, stand up, rest the ass. I've practiced a few times on standing on my floorboards and getting my butt out of the seat.
Do you see if everybody's turning?
I have no idea what's going on.
We were talking to the police officer back there. There's a protest going on down there.
Oh, really?
The Red Rock band, they're protesting some human remains were found.
Okay.
But he said they're walking down that way, so
And he said the roads were open. One lane of the roads
was open. But I'm wondering if it's closed only for turning and you can go straight through.
I have no idea. Yeah, because I gotta go to Sault Ste. Marie. So yeah, I need to go straight. What was that?
We call it Sault Ste. Marie.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
We call it Sault Ste. Marie.
Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah, that's how we say it.
Oh, okay.
Where are you from?
Wisconsin.
Oh, wow. Nice drive.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I live in the southern part, so I came up and I stayed in the UP of Michigan, and I'm doing what's called an iron butt ride around Lake Superior.
Oh, wow.
And that's doing 1,000 miles in 24 hours. So stuff like this gets aggravating.
I can see that. Well, I'm going to try and go straight through. So if you see my car go straight through, you can probably follow me.
Probably.
Okay, I'm going to give it a shot.
So yeah, we were able to get by. It was the people that were trying to turn and go down 11 that was backing everything up, because the bridge is only one lane right now. So all the traffic that wants to turn was kind of filing back into that one lane, but we were able to get onto the shoulder and drive past. Of course, there's a Canadian police officer there, and he wanted to know where I needed to go. I go, well, I'm trying to get back into the US. I'm just driving around the lake. He goes, oh, so you're going to stay on 17? I go, yeah. He goes, okay, you can go. Wow, that is... Are you guys seeing the road? Look how glittery this road is. Are you guys seeing that? I hope you are. That is weird. I've never seen a road so glittery. I don't know what's in it to make it do that. But that was weird. I've also seen a first on my trip here. I saw a moose crossing danger sign. So basically I'm in moose territory now. I have gone around the most northern part of Lake Superior now, and it was shortly after that that bridge, really. If I can keep this up, of course, you know, that delay for the traffic back there, slowing down for constructions all the time, and if I can keep doing the 90 kilometers an hour or 60 miles an hour, I should be doing pretty good. I need to hit my third rest stop, or my third gas fill up. First one in Canada yet. I still have yet to do that, because my last fill up was just inside the US, and then we went down and we crossed the border. So I still have to do a Canadian fill up. This is actually quite nice. I heard a Canadian rider say that there are actually two transcontinental highways. There's this one here, and then there's another one more north. This one here has more of the scenic beauty, where the one up north, it's more meant for heavy trucks, semis and stuff like that. So you don't see a lot of semis down here, but you do see a few. But yeah, I mean, it is a very beautiful area. I'm digging the ride, very much so. Wow, look at that. That's a big slab of rock right there. Wow. That's just amazing. I see landslide areas. That's fun. I have no idea what that meant. Does that mean bumps? Well, what does that mean? You Canadian people. It's like 3 little humps. What does that mean? I mean, I see the road is kind of wavy. Is that what that meant? Or is it supposed to indicate that there's the zip lines on the sides? So over here on the sides, if I hit this, I don't know if you guys heard it or not, but there's rumble strips on the side of the road. I didn't know if that's what that meant, that to indicate that there's rumble strips. I don't know. Let me know, Canadian viewers, let me know. What does the sign, the yellow caution sign with the 3 humps mean? And I also found out that I've been pronouncing Sault Ste. Marie wrong. When I was talking with the guy in the car, he says it's Sault Ste. Marie. So they abbreviate Saint differently than we do. It's ST. But Sault, S-A-U-L-T, is pronounced Sault Ste. Marie. It's really, it looks like salt to me. But he says that's the way it's pronounced. Those damn French names. Man alive, that is gorgeous. I am sitting fairly comfortably on the bike. My only issue is that my legs get cramped up. You know, I try to kick them out on the foot pegs like this every once in a while, and I do that for maybe 10 minutes or so, and then I'll put them in a different location. I'd kind of like to maybe see about getting another footrest higher up, so I can put my foot up like this. I might have to look into that. I am just not used to all this type of rock. You know, it's like granite and quartz and stuff. You know, I'm used to sandstones, limestones. Look at all that yellow. Wow. Gee, that's beautiful. lookout area up here. Maybe we can get a view. Yep, there's a view. That is a view right there. Wow. Oh, this is a nice view though too. Just all that. Look at that. Alright guys, so I just filled up from this Esso here. I also got a nice little restaurant here called Drifters, but I did not eat there. Okay. I just filled up, went inside, grabbed a nice little sandwich. It had cheese and lettuce on it. And I also grabbed a bag of chips and milk, but I never ate the chips. I just didn't feel like it. So the way I'm seeing it right now is that I'm a little behind where I would like to be, and I mean by a good half hour or more. So right now I should have plenty of gas to get me to Wawa. Yes, that is the name, Wawa, W-A-W-A. And I've been thinking about time. I figure right now I'm about halfway. And it is coming up on 1 o'clock. I was hoping to have been there by noon. 12:30 at the latest. That's what I would like to have seen. But with all the construction that was going on, having to sit with that little back jam of cars on the bridge, which by the way I found out is the longest suspension bridge in Canada. It wasn't that big of a bridge, but it's the longest one in Canada. Just with everything else, you know, feeling sluggish, not really paying attention. You know, like I told you earlier, I didn't sleep good last night, and it seems like after I do a gas stop, I feel pretty good for the next hour. But then after that, it's, you know, the next hour and a half after that, it's like, so things are doing fairly well. Like I said, I considered that gas station my halfway point, which means that if I keep going the way I'm going, I should be able to make it by midnight, because I just did the first, well, according to my mileage, I'm not at the halfway point. I've still got another 54 miles to go. But that means I've done, let's see, that would put me at about 500 miles in 11 hours, which isn't great. You know, but you got to think about it. You know, me going from Ironwood into Duluth, all that was 55 mile an hour max, and you're going through small towns, so you're slowing down to 35, 25 mile an hour or whatever. Then going through Duluth and all these other towns, going through Thunder Bay and going through, you know, this, that, and the other place, and all these constructions that are going on. And so it's not like this is a rip-roaring, you know, high-speed interstate type situation. This is literally just, you know, right now I'm doing about 60, and that's it. That's where I max out at. I thought for sure that this piece of interstate would be 110 kilometers an hour. That's really what I was thinking. I thought I'd be at least doing 70, and I'm not. It has warmed up pretty nice today, so I feel decently comfortable, even though I have my leathers on and my cold leathers on, you know, my cold weather gloves, and I've still got my blue zip-up hoodie as an insulational barrier. I'm feeling warm, but in a way, to me, that's a good thing, because I'm not sweating, but it also means that my jacket and everything is absorbing heat, so when the sun does finally start to set and temperatures start to drop, the leathers will stay a little warmer a little longer, okay? So, yeah, that's kind of my thinking anyway. Whether or not it's actually going to work out that way, I have no idea. I wanted to give you guys another pro and con to iron butts. A pro is it doesn't have to be expensive. You're going through a lot of gas and all this, so there's that. But you know, if you plan right, you know, you can actually pack all your food. You don't have to eat anything out. You don't have to buy anything. You know, I bought a sandwich and the chocolate milk and the chips at that station. I could have technically made that stuff and brought it with me if I really wanted to, but then that's just something else I'd have to lug around, you know, not have to dig for, and to me that's just wasting more time. I mean, I gotta go into the shop, you know, that's the second gas station in Canada, because I stopped at another gas station literally like 10 kilometers before I got to that one, because I didn't know, you know, my phone's not giving me any information as to how far my next distance, you know, my next fuel stop is, and I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough. I thought I still had like another 40 miles to go, and it ended up being 10 kilometers. So I ended up stopping and just dumped in like a gallon. I think I put in 4 liters, and that's all I did. So and then I get on the road and I start driving down. It's like, all right, I want to get to this next gas station, you know, what's my get? I'm sitting there looking at my mileage, and I'm thinking, okay, I got about 40 miles to go, this should be plenty. And I pass a sign that said it's like 8-10 kilometers away. It's like, really? It's like, I had enough to do that 10 kilometers. I just didn't know it was that close. So I ended up making a fuel stop that I had no intention of actually making. Oh well, it is what it is. Well, I think I'm going to let you guys go for now. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update. Oh, I never finished my pros and cons, did I? I got so damn distracted. Okay, so the pro is it doesn't have to be expensive, okay? If you do a loop like I'm doing, or an out and back where you go 500 miles out and then 500 miles back, well, then you have no hotel. You know, you leave your house and you return to your house. You don't have to stay out or anything like that. So now for me to do this one, it's the con side of that, in that it is a little expensive, because if you want to do one of these special runs, then you have to have a hotel for a night or two. You know, if you wanted to go out 1,000 miles and spend the night somewhere and then travel back, well, that travel back, you might be so sore from doing the iron butt, it might take you another couple of days to get back home. That's what I did when I went to Miles City, Montana. I went out 1,000 miles because I'd never done it that way, and I just wanted to do it. So I went out 1,000 miles, stayed in Miles City, Montana. On my way home, I ended up staying in a hotel halfway home because I just didn't have it in me to do another 1,000-mile day. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I tell you, I have been really blessed to see the scenery that I have seen today. You know, and sadly, I can't just reach over and turn the camera on and record whatever it is I want to record. You know, it's not that easy, and sometimes the camera gives me little fits on starting up and everything too. So I could say, oh, there's something I want to take a video of, and by the time I get the camera ready to go, it's gone. So yeah, my whole trip is just going to be a few of these little updates, and usually they're going to be at a gas station, or I'm just leaving a gas station. I'll talk about a few things, and that's pretty much what this video is. You know, if you want to see more of what doing an iron butt around Lake Superior would be like, that car has been torched. Oh, wow. If you guys want to see more of what an iron butt around Lake Superior would be like, you've got to get out here and do it, because there's just too much for me to actually show you in a video. You know, if I didn't have the time constraints and stuff like that of doing an iron butt, then yeah, I could show you more stuff. You know, I could stop, start up the camera, make sure everything's good, and then, you know, head on down the road and get what I want you to see. But with the iron butt rules and regulations and the time constraints, I just can't do it. I mean, there have been times where I sit there and I talk to you guys for like 10-15 minutes, and I go and turn it off, and I round a little bed like this, and voila, look at that view. And yeah, I kind of feel bad that you guys didn't actually get to see it. But I don't know what this road is. I've never traveled it before in my life. So every curve, it's a new experience for me. I mean, just look at that view. I get this stuff all the time. Alright, so I have more pros and cons, or another pro and con to doing iron butt. And one is, because you are on the road for so long and you have to concentrate on how you're doing things, it can actually make you a better rider. Just that continuous on the road practice. You can really practice on staying on your line, even going through curves. You know, don't dip down into the inside part of the curve and hit the apex of the curve like those racers do. Stay in your line. However, being that you are on the road for a very long time, oh, that's a cool bridge, and we get to go over it. Awesome. Being that you are on the road for so long, there is a mental fatigue that happens, and I kind of mentioned it before, but you know, if you don't get enough sleep the night before or anything like that, you can really, you know, have to struggle to stay alert and stay awake and pay attention to what you're doing, and it can be very demanding. You know, if you're in a lot of heavy traffic, if you're up on a really busy interstate or something like that, and you're having to watch all these cars in front of you, or you know, just anything like that, it can be daunting and mentally debilitating. So that's a few things that are pros and cons. You know, you're out for a long time, you get solid road practice, but the con side is you're out for such a long time. Oh, that was a bump. Oh, there's that moose sign again. Oh, it says night danger, and then down below it's French saying the exact same thing. So yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that, you know, it kind of cancels each other out. You know, it depends on how you want to look at it. But I do want to show you something that I got a while ago, and I made mention of it earlier in the day, and I figured I could show you guys now. I have, I don't know if you can see, can you see that black belt right here? That is a back support belt. I got it for my job. Yes, I'm riding no-handed, and I'm trying to zip up my coat. I got it for my job, this belt, because with what I do, you know, it puts a lot of pressure on my back. And I think it actually helps. I really do. And I figured, you know what? I think I'm going to try doing it using the back support belt during an iron butt, because my back could really start to hurt. Even though I have a back rest on my driver's seat here. Of course, you guys can't see it from where you're at. But yeah, I have a grasshopper backrest back here, so I can lean up against it and I can go, ah, this is cool. You know, stuff like that. But it's very limited in the support that it actually gives. Okay? The back support belt really gives a structural support to my back. And I tell you, as much as I didn't want it to work and thought it was going to be a waste of about $35, $40, something like that, I've actually been pleasantly surprised with how the support belt is working. I've never tried one before, and I figured, you know what, I've done all this other stuff to try to help my back along, so let's just try the nitty-gritty back support, you know. And yeah, it seems to work. All right, guys, this is a quick little stop in Wawa because I wanted to see that right there. So let's walk on the path over here. It says they have restrooms in there, but it's also closed for the season. Darn, because I was actually hoping to maybe get in there and get a shot glass that has the goose on it or something. So, goose represents the meeting of two groups of highway builders, one coming from the east, one coming from the west, and they basically met right down at the bottom of the hill. And so they put this big goose here to represent that meeting. And I think this is also like the third rendition of geese that have been here. So that's the big Canadian goose. Let's see if I can get a shot with me and the goose. There we go. So that's all I wanted to do. I do need gas. There's a gas station not far from here, so I am going to go fill up and then make our way down to Sault Ste. Marie. Alright guys, so I did my quick little fill up at Wawa, and of course you saw me get the pictures of the goose, and now I'm making my way down to Sault Ste. Marie, and I got that sun right in my face. You know, actually I'm not feeling too bad. I'm over 600 miles in now. I'm doing really quite good. I feel good. Starting to get a little cool. I keep taking my my leather gloves off though. You know, my hands get so warm in these things because it's actually been a warm day today. But actually I want to show you something, and I want to put these on. Hopefully hopefully the camera will keep recording, because I've been having issues with it. For some reason it just shuts off. But I want to show you this. To ease the tension on your ass as you're riding, you can stand up on your bike. I have noticed on this bike it's easier to do it when you're either flat or going downhill. But just get yourself a nice firm foothold, grab your handlebars, and just pick yourself up and lean forward. Now if I need to turn, you know, I can still do that. And I don't stay up here very long, just maybe 30-40 seconds, and then I come and sit back down. The seat kind of cooled off a little bit, my butt's cooled off a little bit. It just got that little bit of brake is all it needs. This is the stuff I've been driving through. But look at these fall colors over here. Holy cow. Just unbelievable. This is why I love autumn. I love the colors. I love the temperature. To me this is like the ideal temperatures, and we're in the maybe upper 50s right now. That's a nice view over there too. But yeah, this is just amazing. Ever since I got onto 17 from Thunder Bay, just absolutely amazing. Look at that hillside. All reds and yellows and oranges. Greens are mixed in from the pines. Look at that. Holy cow. I would say that they're in full color here. My goodness, I haven't seen this much color in years. And I'm talking like a decade or more. I haven't seen that much color. Wow. Oh, just amazing. Just amazing. Oh, we got a cool little bridge. I'll keep you guys going until we get across the bridge. Cool bridge. Akawa River. That was cool. Alright guys, here we are at the US border. And it was backed up pretty good when I pulled in. I'm not really seeing anybody behind the car behind me, but I think someone's coming. but it's just one lane of traffic, so as you can tell, everything up there says closed. So I don't know how much more recording I'm going to do, just because of, you know, the sun is gone, and so I don't have daylight to record in. I'm going to make one stop on the US side of Sault Ste. Marie, fill up with gas, and then I'm going to do another stop in Marquette and fill up for gas there. That should be my last stop, other than the final back in Ironwood. But the good thing too is that now that I'm back in the US, or just about, I have cell service again. Hello. Oh, what? Good. What do you need?
Just your passport or your driver's license.
Sorry, it's not like I do border crossings all that often, so.
Bring anything back from Canada with you?
Nope. Hunger, that's about it. Come on, get in there. Alright guys, so I'm at 755.5 miles. And like I said, I've got one more stop in Marquette to do before heading back into Ironwood. Let's get going. You guys are not going to believe what I just did. I accidentally reset my trip odometer, the one that I've been using all day long. I went to go hit my acceleration button on my cruise control, and the reset button is right above it, and I hit that. And if you hold it long enough, instead of just cycling through, it will reset. And that's what I was doing. I was holding it. Well, holy crap, guys. Last leg, 150 miles. But it's going to take me 2 hours and 40 minutes. But the part that really sucks, during this last leg that I just did, I went to go set my cruise control, and when I set it, it was like, you know what, I want a couple more mile an hour. You know, I wasn't quite doing the speed limit. So on my button, I got two of them on this grip. One is for my cruise control, and one toggles through the fuel range and the odometer stuff. I reached down and I pulled the toggle in for the cruise control, and it wasn't the cruise control. It was the toggle for the odometer. And because I was sitting there holding it, it reset my odometer. So right now, my bike is showing 75 miles on it, not 900 miles on it. The only thing I can do is tell the iron butt people what happened and why all of a sudden my mileage changed, and you know, tell them that this was the route that I took, but you know, it's missing these miles right here. I don't know. I can't believe I did that. I mean, it was dark, I couldn't see, you know, I can't see my buttons when it's this dark out. It just happened. And you know, oddly enough, there was a small voice in my head that was saying, just use your standard odometer. That way you don't accidentally reset it. And what do? I accidentally reset it. Well, you know, the good thing is I've only got 2.5 hours to sit there and ponder the crap in my head now. I just don't know. Alright, well, I probably won't be doing any vlogging between here and the final destination because, well, it's dark and you guys can't see anything. So I will see you at the finish. Okay, guys, that is the end of my journey. Iron Butt around Lake Superior. It's done. Let me turn off the bike here. I just took my photo of the receipt with the odometer. Of course, my numbers are all screwed up now because I accidentally zeroed it out. Just like within like an hour and a half of my last stop, my second to last stop. Not the final, the one before it. You know what I mean. You've been watching the video, you know what I mean. But I've got like 3 hours to spare. It's I left at, what was it, 3:30 a.m. and it's just coming up on 12:30. So it's all done. She did really good. She was a fairly comfortable ride. There were a few times where my ass was getting sore, but that's why they call it an iron butt. Okay. And then to top it off too, like an hour before I got here, it started raining. Not hard, not long, but enough to where I had to kind of wipe down my visor as I was driving. So just the stuff you got to put up with sometimes. All right, well, I'm going to go into the quick trip. I deserve a reward, and I still need dinner. So, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Always believe heart, soul, mind, and body in yourself. Bye, guys.